It's so strange to me in 2024 after everything that Microsoft has done, the putting the games on PlayStation, the kind of dismissing fans and things like that, that they would have any life left in them to kind of pull what they're doing right now. I just thought that this was kind of funny to me and a weird flex to be true, because I just felt like this wasn't something that you kind of expect from them at this particular point because of all the other aforementioned things, right? Like, we're just sitting here thinking to ourselves, hey, you know what? Microsoft might have a little life in them, a little gumption. But I can't help but thinking that Phil Spencer himself might take a little issue with this. But I don't know. I actually like seeing the fire from Microsoft, to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens. Again, these types of things are one of the things that kind of makes me perk my ears up a little bit. So we'll see. Anyway, what's up, everybody? I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys so much. I certainly appreciate it. Please hit that like button, smash it. Let me know what you think. It's always great when you guys like the videos and when you can also, maybe take a second to subscribe, because, that helps out the channel tremendously. So thank you guys. Anyway, I really do appreciate what you guys do and things like that. Again, it's really weird when stuff like this happens, and I just thought it was definitely worthy of a video. Because, yeah, it's kind of a slap to to Sony, but also nice to see some gumption, right? So Sony held their state of play. There was a bunch of games that they kind of announced and stuff like that. And then Xbox did their kind of weird thing like, hey, here's everything that was revealed today. These are coming to Xbox too. Weird flex for me a little bit, I'm going to be honest. Like, I love that they did this. It shows they got some balls. But at the same time, it's a weird flex because they literally, the one more thing from Gamescom was them announcing Indiana Jones on the on the PlayStation 5. Like, yeah, Xbox doing. Now imagine Sony had a state of play and their one more thing was announcing something for Xbox, right? It would be absolutely ridiculous and we'd all be like, oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, so this was kind of funny to me, the way that they kind of handled this. But, props to Microsoft for getting this. Anyway, the state of play included a bunch of games that are also coming to Xbox, including Arch Chronicles, Monster Hunter Wilds, and Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered. So, again, super interesting to kind of see that this kind of happens and the reactions from this in general. Just overall, because, some of these games maybe wouldn't have come to Xbox before. So, when you're looking at the list and things like that, Hell Is Us looks like a new Souls type game. Arch Chronicles Lunar Remastered Collection, TMNT Shredder's Revenge, Radical Reptile DLC. So yeah, they got some new DLC in that. Looks pretty good. Dragon Age the Velgar, that game looks terrible. Alan Wake 2 DLC, Fantasian, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, Fear the Spotlight, Dynasty Warriors, Monster Hunter Wilds. So, a few of these 2025, some of them 2024, but just seeing them kind of go about this the way that they did, I thought was pretty interesting. Like, they got a little bit of fight in them, a little gumption, and I think that that's one of the things that really kind of says a lot about what they're kind of doing, because I feel like they don't really have that kind of fight in them, and so to me, it's kind of interesting to see them actually have a little fight in them, and take a few shots. Like, I know this isn't like a huge shot at Sony or anything like that, but, it does show that, hey, we are definitely, going to say that, hey, these games are coming to Xbox, and it's like, it's a good thing in my opinion. And so when you look at this and you kind of just ask yourself, what has Microsoft done to lose so many customers recently? I think one of the things that they did that actually loses customers is the way that they've kind of handled their announcements and things like that. They've kind of cut out the middleman. They've kind of making a a bit of a situation where, you know, gamers feel alienated from the brand, because what happens basically, what they've done is, they've made sure that they have that, you know, Microsoft used to have that relationship with the fans, whether or not it was, you know, good or bad or whatever. You know, like a lot of people look at it and go, well, they were kind of leading people on a little bit, right? And to be sure, that's kind of what they were doing, because when you look at it and you just kind of question, you know, how everybody kind of feels, you know, I honestly feel like, you know, we're all kind of a little bit at a loss for words, because, you know, we like that connection with Microsoft. They would interact with the fans. They would do like the fan fests, and they kind of paid attention to what the fans want. Then they started putting their games on, you know, everything, and, you know, you could just tell right away that, like, the fans and stuff were kind of, you know, a little bit fed up with that kind of aspect and things like that. So I think that we'll see how this kind of reacts in the future, how fans kind of take this stuff, and how, you know, just in general, if this is something like, obviously Phil Spencer probably wouldn't approve of this, but, you know, it's just one of those weird situations where, you know, us as gamers kind of maybe question the way that Microsoft did this, you know. And listen, they've done this before, like, hey, you know, our games are coming to these other platforms or whatever, but hey, let's make a big deal out of having these other games come to our platform, you know. So I always kind of questioned that, and thought it was kind of weird. But like I said, I absolutely loved seeing, you know, Microsoft kind of do these types of things, because it really just kind of showcases that, you know, they were able to push some boundaries there, push little buttons and things like that, to get people kind of talking. And you have to make sure that the games are coming out on your platform. I don't know, it's like so weird to me that, you know, so many of their games, and to be clear, like, we question these, right? And to me, it's so funny, because PlayStation will hold these events and try to make these games look exclusive, because it's a business. They want people to buy these games on PlayStation. They want to muddy the waters as much as possible. And then when Xbox holds their thing, they don't, you know, they kind of want people to, you know, say, okay, well, this is coming to PlayStation, or this is coming to Switch, or whatever. So I found that to be a little bit interesting as well, and just the way that kind of people were reacting, I thought it was kind of funny. But I sort of had, you know, this was one of those things that, when you kind of look at these things, and, you know, and we just kind of, as fans, we look at all these different kind of things, and we look at the way that, you know, gamers have kind of acted, and the way that gamers have kind of reacted to some of these announcements and things. And I just think that, you know, the PlayStation fans were like, weird flex, and the Xbox fans were like, yeah, get them, you know. And it's like, you kind of want to go, yeah, that was kind of a good one, Xbox fans, but at the same time, you know, read the room a little bit. You know, Microsoft hasn't done a particularly good job of going on the attack. So, you know, like, I hope that they can do a better job of that in the future, and I would love to see a point in time where Microsoft actually, you know, kind of make sure that people are excited about the platform and things like that. But at the same time, I just think that, you know, we've got to also kind of be wary of that, because you can never trust what Microsoft is going to do from one moment to the next. And so I caution you guys to do that. Was it kind of a cool, like, oh man, can't believe that situation? Absolutely. But was it also like a weird situation where they aren't really necessarily paying attention to what Microsoft is doing themselves? I think that's probably some of the case as well. Anyway, we'll see what happens, and you know, I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Do you guys think that this was some, like, massive thing? I would be very curious to hear what you guys think. Is this like a big slap in the face to Sony? You know, let me know. I certainly appreciate it. I think the world of you guys. If you guys do watch, please, once again, like the video, share it out, and consider subscribing. We're growing little by little on the channel, so yeah, definitely means a lot to me when you guys do support the channel. Until next time, rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, crap gamer out.